it's a new sound. The update on our phone makes a new sound whenever you start recording. So today we're in Mark 7. I'm Bradley Miller, and this is my wife Peggy, in case you didn't know. Well, it sounds crazy, but since I've started sharing out the videos via YouTube, nobody has a clue. If it's on Facebook, people see us and they're like, oh yeah, that's Brad and Peggy. But on YouTube, everybody's like, who's that dork? Or, you know, so.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to. You're not the dork's wife.
So I'm the dork?
No. This is not going well. I'm just going to
like
stop
a
on
spade?
that. Yeah. Something to shovel dirt better. I'm great about that. So,
Chapter 7, verses 1 through 13.
yes, there we go.
Traditions and commandments.
So, what did you get out of this reading?
Well, it's that whole spirit of the law versus letter of the law thing. And what I was actually thinking, what struck me about halfway through was that's exactly what people in the church are doing today. And that's exactly the criticism that people are coming with, that others are coming with, that, well, look at what they're doing. How is this like what Jesus would do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what Jesus is pointing out. Look at what you're doing. You're trying to make yourselves look so holy and so pumped up, but in reality, you're not honoring what Moses intended or what God intended or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of actually looking forward to tomorrow's the next section files right into it, and now he's saying, this is what you say makes you unclean, or this is what you say is you have to do, the letter of the law and these hoops you have to jump through. And the next section, he clarifies what actually you have to do and what actually is right and wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like over in 8, you leave the commandment of God and hold the tradition of men. He said to them, you have a fine way. It's like, attaboy!
Yeah.
You have a fine way of rejecting the commandment of God in order to establish your tradition. Exclamation mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, boom, laying it down on them like.
Well, but the easy part is whenever you just have a checklist of things you have to do, and I know because this is very much something that I have fought against. Whenever you have a checklist of things to do, okay, tithe to the church 10% and go to church every Sunday and dress the part and say the right words. It's easy to feel good about yourself because a checklist is the easy part of life. The heart change is the hard part of life. And that's what Jesus is talking about here. Not having a checklist of things you have to do, but having that heart change to truly have the right motives and the right reason for your actions.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people who do not realize how close they are to following Christ, but are completely, vehemently against the church and religion and all these things.
Well, there's such a distinction between organized religion and following Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I would venture to say that most likely every organized religion can produce examples of how their church is more in line with the Pharisees than in line with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they set out or intend to do that. It's that that's human nature. We like a checklist. We like to feel good about ourselves. And
compare ourselves.
Right.
We're doing better than Church XYZ down the street,
But,
or Tom down the road.
Yeah. But God's nature is to compare yourself to what He says, not to what the person next to you is doing.
Mhm.
So that's where I think a lot of people get caught up, because churches do tend to like their checklists and say, okay, our members do this, our members do this, our members do this, we require this, we require that. And it looks good from the outside, but then whenever you peek under the cover, it's like, ooh, these people are really nasty and bitter. Not all of them, but people do tend to become bitter whenever they're caught up in the middle of legalism.
Mm-hmm. So, read through Mark 7, 1 through 13 today, and share your thoughts, and we will catch you Monday, whatever day.
Soon.
Soon. Thanks.